Hey guys, Bushcraft 412. Man, so many projects going around the homestead here, it's tough to keep up. I finally got a few minutes to make some videos, and I wanted to show you another one of these fun little wins I had. Making homemade yogurt. I originally came up with the idea from someone else's video. I was going through their page and I saw that they were making their own yogurt, and I thought, oh my god, that is the coolest thing. I had to do it myself, and guys, I have been so happy with this. I don't think I will ever go back to buying store-bought yogurt after making my own. It is very simple, very easy, and you need literally like nothing to make it. Now, I'm going to give you a real quick run through on how to do this. It's really very simple, and it's not as complicated as a lot of people make it out. First of all you really need is milk. Now, the best choice, of course, is a nice organic milk. Depending on what kind of yogurt you want, you can use like a regular milk, or you can use 2% or skim or whatever suits your needs, but I recommend a good organic whole milk. Put it in a saucepan and heat it up to about 180 degrees. Now, if you don't have a thermometer, that's okay. There's a simple trick to know 180. When milk starts to steam, that's right about 180. It's really close to boiling. You know, let it steam for a really short period of time. That's 180. Shut it off. Let that milk cool down. Now, it's going to take about an hour for it to cool down. Depending on how warm or cool your house is, it can take anywhere from half hour to an hour and a half. While we're on the topic, if you do like thicker oatmeal, you can add instant powdered milk to your regular liquid milk, and that will thicken it up, and that will give you a thicker, like Greek style yogurt if you're interested. You can also add things like sugar, honey, any flavorings like vanilla extract, anything you want, you can add it to the milk while you're pasteurizing it. Heating it up to 180 is basically pasteurizing the milk. I know some people do skip that step, and you'll see a lot of videos where people skip it. I don't skip it. It just, I guess the heating it up to 180 does something to the proteins, and it affects the quality of the yogurt, so I do it. I'm not going to try it in their way. And guys, it really only takes, you're talking 45 minutes. Go on, turn it on, heat it up, let it cool. Now, when you come back, if you have a thermometer, you want to make sure the milk is cooled down to about like 110 degrees. If you don't have a thermometer, 110 degrees is, think of it this way, like a hot bath. It's not burning you, but it feels hot to the touch. Your body's 98 degrees, so if something feels slightly cool to you, it's probably colder in your body. So it does need to feel pretty warm to you to be 110. Different yogurts will require different temperatures, but for the most part they recommend, I think, like 108, 110. Now, at this point, you have a couple options. You need to add a yogurt starter to your milk. Now, you can buy a commercial one like this Yo Gourmet, which you can pick up at health food stores. They're like $3 for the package, and you make 6. You can buy them online. I know like Amazon even carries them. They're that common. But typically you're going to find them in like health food stores or in the organic section in your local store. But however, guys, if you can't find this, say you live out in the middle of nowhere, you can substitute. You can completely go ghetto on this. And all you need is a yogurt that has the live bacteria in it. And literally just take a couple, tablespoons of that yogurt and put it into your cooled milk. And that bacteria that was in there will thrive and grow and turn that milk into yogurt. So, real quick, heat to 180. Shut the heat off. Or I'm sorry, okay. Milk in the saucepan, heat it up, add any powdered milk, sugar, flavorings you want. 180, shut it down, let it cool. Half hour, 45 minutes, maybe even an hour, until it gets to about 110 degrees. Add your starter, either this stuff here, which is freeze-dried powder, or your regular plain. And guys, when you do the yogurt, make sure it's a plain, unflavored yogurt. You don't want to add all those preservatives and chemicals and things like that in there. So just get yourself like a plain organic yogurt and look on the jar and look on it and make sure it says that it has the live, bacteria culture in it. Put it in a jar, put it in a bowl. You can put it in anything you want at this point, guys. You can put it in, like I did, you can put it in a mason jar. Some people put it in Tupperware. I've seen some people just put it in like a casserole dish. Whatever you put it in is fine. From there, you need to keep it in a nice warm place for anywhere from like 4 to 16 hours. Some recommendations I have. I've tried the oven and I've tried the microwave. Now what I did with the oven was I had cooked dinner and I cooked and I actually baked in there. And so the oven was still warm from baking. So I set the jar, I took the jar and I wrapped it up in a bath towel and I set it on top of the oven, which was still hot from cooking dinner, and it came out great. It took like 6 hours. The second time I did it, I put it in the microwave. I basically put some water in the microwave and ran the microwave for a couple minutes to get that water boiling. And when I put my hands in there, I noticed that the microwave felt kind of warm, so I put the yogurt in there, and actually the microwave stayed kind of lukewarm for quite a few hours, and the yogurt went really well. If you don't want to use those options, you think they're dumb, here's another option. You can buy one of those yogurt machines that incubates it for you. You can also just put it into a lunch cooler. If you have one of those insulated, like padded lunch coolers, you can put it into one of those lunch coolers. You can add, if you have something like a heating pad that will apply heat, you can put it into a container with a heating pad. You can wrap it in a heating pad. You can put a light bulb on it, guys. A 60-watt light bulb will generate enough heat to keep it warm. You can put a shop light over it. Whatever you got to do to keep it warm, you just want to keep it around 100 degrees for that 6 hours. And after that 6 hours, you're going to have really good yogurt, guys. Actually, I am very pleased with it. It tastes, you know, just as good as anything store-bought, if not better. And you're not getting all those chemicals and mystery dyes and preservatives. So, really cool thing. I'm really enjoying it, really having a great time with it. And overall cost, you're talking, to make a quart like this, you're probably talking $2 to $3 per quart. So it is substantially cheaper than buying the store-bought stuff. Even if you go and buy fruit, I tend to mix it with fruit. I'll buy like a can of like the cheap store brand like peaches and mix it in with this. You're still talking $4 for a quart. Typically a quart in a store, you're looking at $6, $8. Great price saver, great way to do it, great way to introduce nice healthy foods to your family. And it's just a cool project you can do with the kids or the family or around the house if you're bored. Really enjoyed it, had to share. Any questions, feel free to leave me a message, but I'm going to put the directions a little more precisely in the description below, so read that through and you'll see the actual written directions on how to make yogurt, because I know I tend to ramble and rant, so I hope you guys enjoyed.